Once again, as you see, I got the glasses on today because it's about to get real philosophical. Classes in session. Bring, you know, I'm ready. But just to show you how ready we are, always come prepared with the best. You know what I'm saying? With the sky blue vest, you know? This right here, Sky's the Limit edition. Y'all know what it is already. And for yours that don't know what it is already, just click that link, all right? Click that link and you're gonna know what it's about. Up and away, you know? Fly away with it. Fly away with it. It's Tupac, Me Against the World. This album came out in 1995. Now, by the time this album was released, Tupac was incarcerated, you know? He was locked up at Clinton facility, you know? That's a max state prison, you know, over that sexual abuse charge. I know the homie wasn't guilty. Pac got shot 5 times at Quad Studios in New York. So this album went to #1. When he was locked up, they said he was the first artist to be locked up and have a #1 album. A lot of people say this is Tupac's most introspective work.
Well, Me Against the World, when it first came out, sonically I wasn't too big on it, but it made me appreciate his poetic genius. I got to listen to the lyrics and see his angle on how he used his lyrics, and seeing that the guy was just clever with his poetic.
It's like hip-hop, blues, and soul music. It's an interesting combination.
It was like a movie score.
It was. Shout out Easy Mo B. Easy Mo B's all over this album. That's just hard.
Crew was shot several times.
Meanwhile, in Tupac news.
Okay.
That was big.
That's a way to start off that intro, huh?
That was big. Because in a way, he took the power from whoever set him up, or if he was set up and whoever shot him, he took the power away from them. Because in that kind of world, when you do something to somebody, they somewhere glowing like, yeah. Yo, you saw that? I'm the one that shot him. I'm the one that this, that, and the third. And they trying to get that clout. He straight up took the clout from them, putting this on that album like, yo. You did nothing to me, man. I'm still here. I take it like, you know how they say you take the power from somebody when somebody trying to ridicule you, but you beat them to it and make the joke about yourself first. So now that them trying to ridicule you don't have no power.
Eminem is good at that.
That's how I took it. Like, yo, he took the power from them with that intro right there.
News reporters over that production sound right there. First of all, that production sound beautiful. You know, the beat. It's simple, nothing crazy. They got the piano playing, and just news reporters talking about his shooting in NY, and the first shooting in New York that he survived, shot 5 times, 2 in the head. That brother was blessed to not die that night. Yeah, you know
what they said, 2 grazes to the head.
They said there was 2 in the head, and man, I'm happy he didn't die that night. The reason that was happening was he was on his way to Quad Studios, and he was gonna go film some music. Now, Quad Studios is a big time studio in New York City, and there's a lot of sections. And Biggie was at Quad Studios that night. Him, Puffy, Junior Mafia, a lot of entertainers, and especially from the East Coast, was in Quad Studios that night. And the story goes, Little C's, which is from Biggie's camp, Junior Mafia, was smoking a blunt over the roof, or one of the higher levels. He saw Tupac coming out of the car and was like, yo, Pac! And Pac was like, oh, that's C's. You know, people that think that Biggie had planned the shooting or anything, that's false. There's a dude that goes by the name of Haitian Jack, and Jimmy Henchman, and King Tut. They are the ones behind the shooting. You see, Tupac was rolling with this team called the A-Team, and Jimmy Henchman was part of it, and Haitian Jack was part of it. And this was during the time of the trial. Literally went on the news and denounced that, well, I'm in concert with these guys. How come they're not in trial and I'm the only one getting picked on here? Is because I'm Tupac, right? They didn't like that. So they thought that they could, Tupac wasn't really, like, the plan they said wasn't, he wasn't supposed to get shot that night. He was supposed to get robbed. But as we all know, Pac,
he ain't giving it up.
Pac wasn't giving it up, and he carried 2 Glocks with him, and he called them the twins. Glock, he had a Glock on the left, Glock on the right. And he was rolling with Big Stretch and Live Squad. And what happened was, Pac didn't give it up. Everybody literally went on the ground, the way Pac described it. Everybody went on the ground. Pac's like, fuck that. You know, this is my jewelry. And Pac went to go reach, and the shooter reacted and shot at him 5 times. As they were getting stuck up, Little C's came down the elevator because he wanted to, he was gonna go see Pac because, you know, he had told Big that Pac's here and we could have probably got some Biggie Pac songs that night. Well, Tupac had got shot. They took about $40,000 worth of jewelry. They dipped, and as Pac is bleeding, he's smoking a blunt, waiting for the ambulance, and he goes up to this elevator, and he's walking around with 5 bullets in him at this point, and everybody's looking like they seen a ghost, you know? And the reason why Pac has so much animosity towards Biggie was because Biggie gave clues like, yo, don't roll with those guys. He didn't give an explanation of why not roll with them. It's like Big had to have known something was gonna happen to him. Puffy knew what was gonna happen to him. You know, and the reason why we know it's Haitian Jack and King Tut and those guys, Jimmy Henchman, is because on the song Against All Odds, which is a couple albums later, Pac said about a snitch named Haitian Jack.
No, he's working for the feds.
Yeah, same crime, different trials, nigga. Picture what he said. And did I mention, probably promised to pay back Jimmy Henchman in due time. I know you bitch niggas is listening, the world is mine. Set me up, wet me up, nigga stuck me up. Heard the guns bust, but your tricks never shut me up. To put this on your album and to acknowledge it, first of all, there's no way you can't acknowledge it, but to just, because it was a big deal. But to just roll with it and to have the balls to put this on your album as your intro, I think it was a smart move, because now it's like, okay, because niggas know I got shot. Let's get this out the way. I'm addressing it right here without even saying a word. I'm addressing it by letting the news talk for me over a fire beat. And now I'm giving you this piece of album talking about my mind, my perspectives, what I think, and why he really was a prophet, because every song was prior to the shooting. So what we're about to hear is shit that was recorded. Fact. What a way to follow up the intro. If I died tonight. That title of the name of the song is already so captivating. If I die tonight. That wordplay? They say pussy and paper is poetry, power and pistols. Plotting or murdering motherfuckers for to get you.
He used a lot of P's in that song.
That alliteration scheme? Whoa.
I'm telling you, man, he made me appreciate lyricism a lot more, not relying on production.
Pray to the heavens, 357 to the skies, and I hope I'm forgiven for thug living when I die. I wonder if heaven got a ghetto for thug niggas, a stress-free life and a spot for drug dealers. Oh, who asks these type of questions? This is my question. Like, you gotta be a deep person to sit down and wonder if heaven got a ghetto for thug niggas. Most people contemplate, is there even really a heaven anyway, right? You know what I'm saying? Most people just battle if there's an afterlife or not. He's letting you know that not only does he believe in the afterlife, but what is it like? I hope they bury me and send me to my rest. Headlines read it murdered to death. My last breath. That actually ends up happening. He gets murdered to death. His death is all over the newspaper headlines. You know? But like,
he does a lot of that during his career too.
It's scary. It's like he knew. Wow.
They attacked every angle, man.
Wow.
Politics, his life,
Wow.
and he even talked to everybody else.
Wow. Politicians and hypocrites, they don't want to listen. The way he says me against the world, he's not screaming it. He don't sound angry. He's just saying it like he just believes it. It's me against the world.
It's really not a challenge for him.
It's like it's me against the world. It's like it's me against the world.
Accept it, yeah, man.
And Dramacidal, which we now know to be known as the Outlaws, that was one of their original names, Dramacidal. The first verse, a little nigga that don't want to listen. Maybe he'll listen in this casket, the aftermath. He's letting you know about the dangers out there, and it's like, if you don't change your ways, yo man, you're gonna be in this casket. That's positive. He's letting you know.
Yeah, I'm losing all my homies, man.
You know, I'm losing all
relocating
into
to
the cemetery. I'm losing all my homies in the
use that word, relocating. It's like,
that's crazy.
They deciding to go there. They deciding to move there.
Right.
That's the life they living. So they deciding to move to the cemetery.
Life is hard. Just gotta go out there and handle it. So stick your chest up, keep your head up, and handle it.
At one time they studied him at Harvard, man.
This is more than just music. Like, to me, this is gospel. You know how people like, you gotta go to church to get the good word? This is the good word to me.
J. Cole said it too.
Yeah, J. Cole said it. Pac was like Jesus, and Nas wrote the Bible. But what I loved about him mostly was he didn't act like he was always right. He would admit to some of his flaws, like, yo, I'm not always right. I'm human.
He said it too. A genius even asked questions.
Man.
I loved everything that man stood for, man.
Yeah.
He was a voice for us, man.
This music is what I call positive music. This is soul music that you need for your soul. And he didn't compromise his sound neither. Still kept it real. Like, Tupac was the perfect example of keeping it real without selling your soul.
Exactly.
Until I got that love like tatted on my chest and so many tears. I'm having visions of leaving here in the hearse, begging for the Lord to let me into heaven's door.
This is definitely one of the joints that hit with me, though.
I'm suicidal, so don't stand in me. My every move is a calculated step to bring me closer to embracing early death. Now there's nothing left.
Calculated step.
When he says stuff like that, it gets me thinking, like, I've heard him say before that he was suicidal, but he could never end his own life because he wanted to go out with some honor. Like, he wanted other people to do it for him. I heard him say that in an interview one time. He's like, I know my destiny is hell. What did I fail? My life is in denial. And when I die, baptized in eternal fire. Shed so many tears. At the end, he's like, I'm falling to the floor, begging for the Lord to let me in the heaven's door. Shed so many tears. Even though he's ready to die, he's still begging to God. Like, he's still begging to get inside heaven's door. He's begging.
Yeah, I wanna be an honest man, but temptation's gone. Will I cheat or will I be committed? Give him the finger.
The song is called Temptations. She clearly cheating on her man with a thug nigga, you know? And he's just trying to give, he's trying to give her that right passion that she's not getting from her mans, you know? And he's like, all the cuties know I'm under pressure. What do I do? You know? What do I do?
You know you ain't love me, right?
Depressed, you need a thug in your life. Enough talking. You want me to leave? I get to walk and see you later. Cause baby, I'm a player. Man, he's talking about making love to her by the moonlight. We don't need lights. Take you to the movies and the park. A quiet spot for you to do me in the dark. Yeah. Appreciate this song and the placement. You know, he was giving us heavy songs after heavy songs, especially after a song like Shed So Many Tears. It's like, okay, now he's trying to just liven up the mood a little bit because it was real dark for a second. Give him the finger.
Well, I don't understand the placement in that though.
Give him the finger. He says it a lot too. Like, he's emphasizing it. Does he mean give the person that's trying to cause you temptation the finger? Is that what he means? Give him the finger. Who am I giving the finger to? I don't mind. I like giving out these, you know, but
Because a lot of people deserve them. Sometimes from both hands at the same time.
Just like, or maybe the person that's not treating you right, give them the finger.
Yeah, for putting you in a position to even want to be tempted.
Right, like you didn't treat me right, so now it's easy for me to get tempted.
Because that's the whole song. He's talking about him
Getting
being
tempted,
involved
right? With this girl, but she got a man,
and
but he ain't doing her right. Like he ain't loving her right, and I don't mean just sex. Like he's not doing right by her. So maybe give that dude the finger. All right, that works for me.
yeah, we're gonna go with that. I love how my guy Reggie Noble's in the background with the hey.
Yo, that shit is that shit is hard though. I'm not gonna lie.
In the finger.
Yeah, that shit is hard. Yeah, I like that shit. That shit is hard.
Yeah,
I like that.
In fact, I'm gonna use that, yo. When I'm feeling the way about something to somebody,
Yo.
and I'm gonna say it just like he said
Give
too.
him the finger.
Give him the finger.
Yo.
Anything to be that innocent again. When I was 10, the cowards really want me to come get me.
That's a positive song right there, yo. That hook was crazy.
You could be a accountant, a lawyer,
Not
you
a
could-
dope dealer.
like
you know?
Cochran.
He said,
Don't be
yo,
a dumb nigga.
yo, be a young nigga, not a dumb nigga. Yo, man, a lot of niggas need to listen to this song right here and take advice.
The guy in the chorus is like, yo, Pac is the kind of G that everybody knows. Like,
Kinda G to everyone, know.
like if you gonna listen to somebody, listen to him.
This is the type of G you need to listen to. And then, you know, murdered at the wrong place at the wrong time, no longer living because he threw up the wrong sign. And every day, I watch the murder rate increases, and even worse, the epidemic and the diseases. What is the future? The project's looking hopeless here. More and more brothers giving up but don't care. He said the epidemic and diseases, what is the future? Man, if Pac knew what was going on right now in 2022, he said back in junior high, when we was barely getting by, when daddy died, that's when my mama started getting high. My neighborhood was full of drive-bys. Who talking like this? And this is a mainstream artist. Like, these mainstream artists ain't talking like that to these youngins like that.
Yeah, he started it off like, yo, they rushing to be a G.
They're rushing. And he's just saying, like, you really rushing to an early grave. It's like he's saying that he's seen the story before one too many times. You know, and then he said he dedicates this to Yummy Sandiford. Like, Yummy, you know, was that 13-year-old kid, if I'm not mistaken, that Pac mentions in a few songs. I don't remember where he got killed at. I think it was Chicago or something like that. But this little boy is what Pac is describing. He was a gangster, he was out of control, he was wilding, and he ended up getting executed. They ended up shooting him, you know, and it was a gang that shot him. And you know, people was just like, oh, but he was out of control. Pac's looking at it like, nigga, you shot a kid.
Yeah, he's a kid.
He's a kid. What do you mean he's out of control? Like, he's a kid, and he was a product of his environment. Like, y'all should have did a better job raising this youngin'. Shout out to that hook though.
Yeah,
You know, that hook was dope.
The guy and the female, man.
Yeah. That she went off at the end.
Gotta keep my eyes on the prize, watch the police. We true to this game, and this game will be true to you.
Yeah, I like how she was talking her. She was talking that talk at the end. She said, "I walk the way I talk. You know, actions speak louder than words." I was like, okay, you right. Actions speak louder than words. I like Richie Rich. You know, shout out to the Bay Area. You know, E40 and that whole clique. Richie Rich is someone that complements with Tupac so well. I love when they're on tracks together. Richie Rich don't get enough shine, and I feel like Richie Rich should have been bigger than what he was. And a fan of Heavy in the Game, huh? I love this song.
I like the placement of the feature. Richie Rich was a compliment, but the female.
You feel like it was out of place?
Yeah, everything was out of place. This felt like one of those songs that I needed 15 tracks for the album to be a complete album.
Oh, so do you think they just threw this on here?
Yeah, just put that on it.
To take the pain out, and if I wasn't high, I'd probably try to blow my brains out. Lord knows.
Hennessy make a nigga think he's strong.
That's true. I've seen that before many times. He's feeling a lot of pain from this game, the game of life. And he's heavy in this game. You know, it's cause life is really a game. It really is, and it's fucked up. You know, but there's certain lives, like we all have one life, but there's certain lives, you know. Drive-by's an everyday thing. I done lost too many homies to this motherfucking game. That's really sad. Like, drive-bys are an everyday thing. You can't even get really attached to somebody because they most likely gonna get killed, you know, and then fuck the 5-0 because they after me, kill me if they could. I never let them capture me. Sometimes it's like he's doing the best he can to describe what he's going through. Just imagine the parts that he can't describe. You all appreciate it. Ain't a woman alive that can take my mama's place. Hey, I see the penitentiary one day. Sweet day, mama. That's a beautiful song.
Yo, that song is iconic, man. The video is almost heartbreaking too.
The video is heartbreaking. That video is his. If you see the video for Dear Mama, that's his real mama. That's his real mama. And that was really a feenie, man. And he rapped this song for her over the phone. This song will make even the hardest person cry. Yo, you know. Oh my God.
Yo, you can't think about Mother's Day without thinking about this song, man.
Yeah. Yeah, this song right here is special. It takes somebody special to make a song like this to this extent. Like, it takes a real special person to make a song like this. Like, the hook says it all. There's no way I could pay you back, but the plan is to show you that I understand. You are appreciated. I think that's music to any mother's ears. Like a real mother, to hear that your child appreciates you, and you know he understands. There's no way he could actually pay her back because, you know, she raised him on her own. You know, you're trying to raise 2 bad kids on your own, and you know, he says, even though I act crazy, I gotta thank the Lord that you made me. And he says stuff like, even though you was a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen.
Yeah, man, that's important because people just assume that once you're doing that, you gotta lose respect for the person. That's
deep to understand the fact that even though she had a moment of struggle, he still always looked at her as a black queen. You know,
still held her high, man.
Like Feeny, she was a queen. You know, she was a really highly intelligent woman. She held her own in the Black Panther Party.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
You know, and she won her case.
You have to be a polarizing figure to even be involved with them.
The Black Panther Party, and be a leader at that too.
A female.
I find it ironic. It's called It Ain't Easy, but it's an easy ass beat. Smooth, you know, nothing hardcore. I don't know if that was on purpose.
That's a great look, man.
I have no idea if he meant to do that on purpose as a play. Knowing someone as smart as him, I would probably say yes. I don't know. Maybe it was just ironic. Not easy being in his shoes. You think he's just a rich rap star and everything is handed to him. He's letting you know it ain't easy. And, you know, violated his probation. It seems like he's going on a long vacation. And, you know, he's getting battered and bruised by the you-know-who's police. And then on top of that, he got the females giving him problems. You know, he got the jealous niggas giving him problems. He's feeling it from all around, you know. But he said he's still gonna hold you down and holler thug life, saying that he's still never gonna switch or fold. He's still gonna always be him.
Intentionally do that though? That's genius. The song is all nice. The beat is nice and easy,
smooth.
But he's saying, yo, this is easy. This beat sound easy, but it ain't easy
But
being
it ain't
me.
easy being me. I wonder if that was the concept of the song.
If that
I feel
is,
like it
that's
was.
gingenious though.
I feel like.
But even if he didn't intend to do it though, man,
Like,
you
the
know how you
coincidence
got
is crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
the unconscious mind
Yeah.
set it up to be that way. So even if it didn't intend for it to be like that,
Yeah. That just
it happened this way.
That just means he was just in the zone.
What's up? It's Tupac. Can you get away? It's like your man don't understand, all he does is stress you. Late night phone conversations, would that be okay? Can you get away?
I heard that song was supposed to be about Left Eye, Lisa Lopez from TLC. She was in a relationship with that football player, I forgot his name, and the one that she burned down the house.
Andre Rison.
Yeah, and you know, that's what I heard though, because Tupac was a ladies' man and whatnot. I know Left Eye she really did want to mess with Pac. This is about a toxic relationship she's in, an abusive relationship. She's getting beaten up. Pac notices, and people are, Pac likes her and he wants to take care of her. And she's nervous and scared. She clearly likes Tupac right back, but she's afraid because she's getting beaten up. And even some of Tupac's friends is like, leave her alone, like, don't worry about her. And, he sits down and he contemplates, but then he's like, no, she's worth it. And he's asking, can she get away? And he even says if he puts his hand on her one more time, he's going to fuck him up. But he's still being considerate of her, though. He doesn't want to rush her. And that's really deep. That's really deep. And this is relatable because this happens every day.
Especially where they got the sample from, man. The amazing Frankie Beverly. Happy Feelings.
Mm-hmm. She finally comes to her senses and she's like, can you get me from here? Because she's not happy.
All these motherfuckers in the Bronx and Brooklyn and Staten Island, Queens, and 70 and rock was the shit to me. Through my speakers, Queen Latifah and MC Light.
Pac is from Harlem. He was born in Harlem. Love to the old school. Nothing like, what more can I say? I wouldn't be here today if the old school didn't pave the way.
That's not the sentiment today. Sentiment today is disrespectful to the old heads.
And Pac is just having fun on this track. You can hear the excitement in his voice with this track. Like, he's felt good spitting this one.
It's nostalgic, man, because he's telling you about not even just the music, like what was happening in those times, man.
Yeah.
Stickball, Skelsies.
He said, forget the TV. I'd rather hit the streets and do graffiti. Be careful, don't let the transit cops see me.
Yeah, we was outside.
yeah.
We was outside.
He was
80% of the day. If we wasn't in school, we was outside.
Right, smoking weed in the stairwell, going to the rooftop and sipping 90 proof,
And in the house was the morning. We just woke up, oh, it's no school, nothing. We watched some TV.
And then through the speakers is Queen Latifah and MC Light. Listen to Church, KRS to get me through the night. Church from Naughty by Nature and KRS to get him through the night. What a cool track. Oh, they're trying to say, so in the beginning, what you say? Who you calling rapists? Ain't that a bitch? You devils are so two-faced that want to see me locked in chains and getting socked by these crooked cops again.
He didn't even let the beat breathe, man.
He was ready to pounce on that beat. So, again, he's addressing, like, the world at this point is calling, the ones that didn't support Tupac, they're calling him a rapist. And he's quick to say, who you calling a rapist? Ain't that a bitch? And I believe all the facts state that this man didn't do it. We know years later the outcome and how everything played out. But even as the trial went on, they found no semen of his, no forcible entry. They didn't find nothing of his and with her. It was a setup. Give a fuck if you blood or cuz, long as you got love for thugs. But don't try to test me out and stall out. Homie, this is thug life, nigga, and we all strapped. Whoa.
The oxymoron of this the chorus too.
They trying to say that I don't care.
I woke up screaming fuck the world. Come on, like you think he gonna follow that out with why he cared, but he's like, I don't care.
I don't care.
Fuck the world.
Make me wanna kill my damn self, but I see that
This whole time Pac has been just talking, but this song right here, you got to hear angry Pac. Even for a split minute, you got to hear Pac get angry. You know, talking about the itty bitty kitty drinking liquor out my mama's titty, and smoking weed wasn't everything thing in my household until you drinking liquor till you out cold. Even if I did die young, who cares? All I ever got was mean mugs and cold stares. Oh, love how he picked up the energy towards the end. I like it.
I broke the law and they jump all in the same flurry. They gave me the same.
What the murder was the K sample in there. That's how you end the album, though.
The judge, I got a grudge. Punk police, niggas run the streets. It ain't nothing but music. Music. 1995, the game has changed. Motherfuckers acting real strange. The rules is all rearranged. You got babies lying dead in the streets. These punk police just as crooked as me. But all I see is motherfuckers acting less than G's. Fuck that shit. Don't be no entertainer and a stranger. Be a real motherfucker. Keep it real. Pack that steel, cause you know these streets is real deal. Motherfuckers want to see me in my casket. Jealous motherfucker bastards. I'll never die. Thug niggas multiply, cause after me it's thug life, baby. And after that it's the young thugs, the youngest nigga of all, my nigga Rah-Rah. The 11-year-old that started off the song. Talking about, is you crazy? I want to be a motherfucking outlaw. In the beginning, Pac is talking to this 11-year-old named Rah-Rah. Hey yo, Rah-Rah, what the fuck you want to be when you grow up? Nigga, is you stupid? I want to be a motherfucking outlaw. He ends the song by saying, after me is thug life, then the young thugs, then the youngest thug of all, my nigga Rah-Rah. He's saying, these niggas want to see me in my casket, jealous motherfucking bastards, I'll never die. He's saying that y'all niggas can physically kill me, but you will never get rid of my influence, because niggas like Rah-Rah is gonna keep reproducing. Like, as long as that thug life is alive, bro, you got the message is out there. So niggas die and niggas multiply. And then he has pictures of the people that set him up, and he's visualizing everyone inside a casket. Shout out to the Outlaws for their verses too. You know, they always do a good job with their songs with Pac. That was my favorite song on the album.
Really?
Yeah, 10 out of 10 for me. 10 out of 10 for me, without question. Why do I give this a 10 out of 10? It's not because it's Tupac. I give this a 10 out of 10 because the art behind it, the words, the way, like, I don't understand when people say that this man wasn't a lyricist. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Let's have a real debate about this. Let's have a real conversation about what you mean Pac wasn't a lyricist. What are you talking about?
You only say that because the shit fly over their head, man.
like they say pussy and paper is poetry, power and pistols, plotting and murdering motherfuckers for to get you. What are you talking about? That's lyricism right there. I enjoyed production. The features did a good job featuring. Nobody overshadowed Pac. It's hard to overshadow Tupac. His voice commands like attention. It's like when he talks, I just listen automatically. You know, his voice is like amazing. And then the circumstances surrounding this album. And everything that happened, and the fact that he was able to prophesize the way that he did, the way the songs were structured in order, the way that he was able to play with your emotions,
Yeah.
The way he was able to take you from here to here and talk about any subject matter, whether it was about an abusive relationship that you're trying to save her from, whether it's a dedication song to his mama, whether it's a suicidal note, shed so many tears, the flexing of showing poetry and alliteration with If I Die Tonight, to the cinematic intro of the intro, to his powerful message to Me Against the World, to his message to the young niggas, to how he feels like he's heavy in the game, but still nostalgic and reminiscent about the old school, and still showing love to the the ones that paved the way, and showing love to the East Coast, and showing love to the boroughs, and showing love to what he used to do as a kid, but still feeling like death is around the corner. But he still has to let you know that he's an outlaw. But don't forget, it still fucked the world. This man is showing you the complexity of how it is to be Tupac.
Yeah, that's the perfect way to say it, because it's like the same way they got MTV cribs where they be like, man, let me show you my crib, and show you around the house. He does that with his music. Let me show you a day in the life of being Pac. Like, it ain't easy.
It ain't easy.
It ain't easy. Over a track that's easy. Yo, man, the man is, like you said, man, the complexity of Tupac is the perfect way to say it, man. There's no way to explain him, man. That's it right there. The complexity of Tupac.
There's debate about who's the greatest of all time, but in my opinion, there's no debate about who's the realest of all time. I think if Pac had a claim, Pac could be the realest of all time.
Definitely, and you know that for sure. Where everybody else, you still don't know if what they put out through their music is actually them.
I don't know.
You still don't know that. Nobody knows that.
I don't know.
Shit, at times it even be feeling like the people that be running in their camps still don't know if that's the real him. But you know what Pac put out there was actually Pac. Yeah, it's definitely a 10 out of 10 for me too, man.
Okay.
10 out of 10 minus.
10 out of 10 minus.
Nah, it's a 10 out of 10, man.
The heavy in the game got you.
10 out of 10.
He didn't like the heavy in the game.
Nah, I like heavy in the game, man. It's not a wax song, so I can't take a point off of it. It's a 10 out of 10 for me, man. And it set the blueprint for a lot of what people ended up doing.
Like the Kendrick Lamars.
Yeah, man.
And the J. Cole's for sure.
Yeah, man. He inspired the whole generation.
Your favorite rapper was inspired by Tupac. You know, and even Biggie.
This is definitely the album that set the stage for him being that polarizing figure that he is. That's gonna be my new singer, man. Instead of saying fuck you or whatever,
give him the finger. Yeah, I like that. That shit was crazy. I like the album cover too. The album cover is pretty cool. It's simple, but it's just Pac leaning on, looking like leaning on the wall, whatever, with his coat, and it's just I just like it. It just looks dope to me. I always thought he had some pretty cool album covers. I always thought so. He had some pretty cool artwork. This video, this was definitely a good one to pick. I think this was completely necessary to do with Tupac. Me Against the World. Most definitely. And yes, thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. Go cop yourself some merch. Please treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Get you some merch. Yeah, sky blue edition, baby. Up and away. And we'll catch everybody in the next video. And peace. Keep supporting. Peace.